Hello and welcome. In today's car review show, we're reviewing this GLE 450. I love this thing. But before we get into that, I would like to remind you guys that we have a hackathon on the 27th and 26th of March based around water. I'll speak about that more in a later video this week. But for now, enjoy the show. And welcome. In today's show, we're reviewing this GLE 450. It has a inline 6 that produces 286 kilowatts, but somehow only produces 900 feet of torque, or newton meters of torque, which is surprising for such a big thing, 4-wheel drive. But other than this, it is a good city car, and I would guess like semi-off-road later in the video. And also, I'm not going to be able to drive the vehicle today because don't want to damage it on the road, but also because I'm by myself, and I figured once I get a team to help me with recording, be driving, only then. But I will give you the 5 things I like and dislike about this car a lot. But for now, the starting price on these cars is about 1.3. But with this car precisely, I think with all attachments in this car alone, it's about 1.6, which is pretty expensive. But if you're driving around a GLE, you don't really get a proper price. But other than that, I will say, is it worth that price of 1.6? Actually, yeah, I would say it is. You get a lot of features out of it. You get 4-wheel drive, you get different drive modes, you get comfort, individual, eco, sport, and a new one from Mercedes we haven't seen, off-road. So it puts in the low gear ranges for going downhill and uphill. But in today's video, I'm going to be going over the engine, interior, and my favorite part of the whole thing, boot space, and before I forget, I'm going to bring out the stick of truth again. Now to my favorite part of the car reviews that this guy saw last time in the A250, how I showed how much boot space is in it. And from the intro, I guess you can see how much boot space is, but I did lie a bit. So on the key that you get, it comes with a automatic boot opener. And look how smooth that is. Granted, it is a little bit noisy because of the things over here. I forgot what they're called, but that's not really important. So I did lie a bit about the whole boot space. A lot of people were going to think like, oh wow, boot's that big, like I could lie fully flat. No, I just put the seats down. But let's actually talk about the boot space for a bit. It is a massive boot compared to the A250. And you can see this whole umbrella over here. Not really good tool, but we're not here about science or, you know, accuracy. Just to show you. So look, it fits the whole. It's perfect for this car. It fits the whole way there. But now, so the most important test with boot space is seeing if it can fit a body in here alive and see if it, it's not gonna go well, I'll keep it in, and to see if it can be comfortable to just sit in here. For whatever reason, we do not know. So, you'll notice it is a bit difficult to get in because it is high off the ground, it's got more race suspension, but let's see. Okay. And as you can see, I am comfortable in the car except for the head. But now let's close the boot and see. And I'll tell you inside experience while you're there. Just use the key. Oh, this feels like it's gonna close my head. Okay. So you may not be able to see it right now, but I am able to move both my arms around in here pretty freely. It is a bit stuffy in here because it is a little bit hot today, but also it's a lot of wind. But I will say, it is very nice. But even if I wanted to, you know, sit like across, I definitely can. And you'll see what I mean. I still love the whole automatic boot feature. It's just, as you can see, it could fit one of me in here pretty much perfectly. And if you think the boot space is, you know, if you don't think that boot space is big enough, you'll be shocked. The seats in this car actually go down. First of all, we got to remove this cover thing, which is actually a nice material. It's like a nice, kind of like leathery material, you know, good for hiding stuff. The one in my car is, well, as you know, is not that fancy. But the things, you know, the seats fall down. So, and also these things are kind of annoying to take out. The way you do it is You literally have to push one side in and then the other side pops out. But the first time you get it, it's a bit, like you struggle a bit, but after a while, you get used to it. And also look, it's like this whole like suitcase. But now you'll see what I mean. So we jump back in here. I'm just gonna unclip both sides. Now, in this car, it is a bit, you need a bit of force. And now, you'll see how I was able to do that intro. See, now, you can literally just, gotta take that out. See, now, this makes more sense in the intro, because now you can just see me kind of go like full body over here. And if I close the boot, I'll need my feet first. Now, I'm actually in the car, like lying down. I can sleep from side to side. It is, as some would say, pretty good. I think I'm the only person ever to do a car review like that, like use myself as a test subject. Now, let's move over here to the back seat. Now, you'll notice a complete difference from the A-Class, that enough headroom and there's so much legroom here and enough headspace. Whenever I sit in the back of this thing, I feel comfortable, secure. It's really nice. And also, everything in the car doesn't feel cheap. Like, this metal part over here feels nice. The leather handle feels comfortable. Wherever I grip it, I feel, safe and secure. Even the safety handle itself, I feel so secure just holding it. And I know that, you see, using a lot of strength, it's not gonna come down. But there is some things I don't like about the back seats. It's the fact that, so you only get the air cons over here. There's no infotainment, but that's okay because a lot of children have phones now. But it also has to do with some other things. And something I just noticed, which I think is Mercedes, problem. But that will bring us to 5 things I like and dislike about this car. Number 1, starting in the back. There's only one charging port over here. So if you have, let's say, 2 people in the back and they want to charge their phone, they're gonna have to share a cable. The center seat over here, it's not that big. Like, that's all you get for a center cubby. Not that massive. And also, it's a bit weird because you'll think that in a big car like this, you'll get like a little bit longer of a seat, back seat. Yep, okay. So other than the stuff I don't like in there, the other thing I don't like is the rims, that they jut out a lot. So you're gonna be hitting the curb a lot. Bringing on to my 4th thing I don't like about this car. I'll show you how wide it is. This is the one thing I don't really like about this car, about how wide it is, because whenever you're taking a corner or you're in a place that's kind of narrow, you feel afraid that you're gonna bump the car, but like look at that. It's so wide that when you drive it, you're gonna be afraid of like going around corners and stuff with it. Now, bringing me on to the last thing I don't like about this car is the amount of fake vents it has. Like, the only real vents, I'll show you guys this later in the thing, but the only real vents this thing truly has is over here on the front that just cover the wheel. And I know Mercedes is known for this because the vents in the back, they're fake. The exhaust tips, they're also fake. But I'm bringing on to 5 things I truly love about this car. I'm bringing on to 5 things I do like about this car. For one, it's the interior. It's just such a nice, comforting interior. You feel comfortable, you feel secure, because this thing is quite heavy. I think it's close to 2 tons, I think so. I'll put a little box down here saying what it actually is. But other than that, you feel comfortable, it's nice and spacious. So while you're driving, you could have your one arm over here, one hand on the steering wheel, or both on the steering wheel. Sorry, I'm just so used to doing that. Both on the steering wheel, or if you have a wife or your boyfriend or anyone that you love, hold their hand because got enough space. Let me just quickly move the mic for you guys. Okay, next thing I do like about this car, and it's quite a special one. You get a more variety of different like setups for the car. So, for example, you have individual, sport, comfort, eco, and a new one from Mercedes. It's off-road, but it only goes to a max of 110 speed, 110 Ks. And what it does is it just gives you lower gear ranges, so when you're going downhill, uphill, you don't put so much strain on the engine or on your gearbox. The other thing I like about it is that it's got a lot of power. That's another thing I do like about it. 268 kilowatts, not that bad for, a big car. Got two more things I like about this thing. Come with me. The thing I really like about this car is how aggressive this thing looks. Like, it looks mean. It looks like, get out of my way, I'm coming through. Or, some people might say like, it looks aggressive, but very subtle. Another thing I like, and a lot of people are gonna say, oh, that's such a okay feature. It's actually the headlights. Like, if you take a closer look over here. But now, I think to the best part of this show, opening the bonnet and checking the engine out and then hearing it, because this thing has an inline six and I love inline sixes. Okay, I will say this is my first time ever opening up this bonnet before, and I must say it looks amazing. Like, you got this carbon fiber up over here for saving space with your radiator underneath. You got this cover which says 6-cylinder on it. Got a Mercedes logo over here. The cap. That's for your air filter. And that's nothing. Oh, that's an air filter. That's for your filter over there. I think that's air intake, but like, the big place for battery that's vented. That's amazing. It's just, when I opened this thing, I did not expect to see something like this. I thought it would be very basic and everything, but they really put the details. Like, look, you got like the little things over here for showing 6 cylinders. It says 6 cylinders over here. I just love the carbon fiber though. But now, let's hear the engine. Oh, before I do that, before we hear the engine, so a lot of people think that the GLEs are completely like a brand new line of Mercedes. Sadly, they're not. It's just the old ML series renamed. And the old GLs used to have V6 instead of straight of inline 6, but I think they did it for saving weight and for also because they had to put a lot more electronics in here. But nevertheless, let's hear this engine. I don't know if you guys are ready for this madness. Whatever. Yeah, okay, whatever. See, it's such a soft start. Now changing it to sport. It does have a soft limit on it, which is alright. That's comfort. Eco. And off-road. I think I like the sports one more. Ooh! Oh, I love cars so much. Oh, there's a leaf here. So, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it doesn't have a turbo, so it's naturally aspirated then. But damn, there's that inline, that 6-cylinder sounds nice. I don't know if you guys are ready for this, but here it goes. It's on sports mode. You guys can hear it from up close. Oh. I hope you guys actually enjoyed that. I know I did. I love cars so much. Especially just hearing. Moving on to the last segment of this. Checking the vents. Well, I mean, you don't really need to because the front vents, look, my hand can fit in there, so it's real. a bit dirty in there. Let's go check the rear. Instead of the stick of truth, we've got the hand of truth. Like, look, it's all fake. And then over here, the most disappointing part is that is a fake exhaust cover. The exhaust are actually underneath. Other than that, I do love this car. But now, let's go check the interior. I'm gonna put you guys in the back seat and show you what the interior looks like from that place, but you'll see. Guys, before we get into the final bit of this amazing car review, I'd just like to apologize for all the sniffles. I am still a little bit sick, but let's get right into this. So, right now we're in the interior of this thing. I need to put the aircon up. It is really hot today. But talking about the aircon, so you got a full system over here. Click the sync button, it controls both sides now, which in my opinion is pretty amazing. Oh yeah, you got your Bluetooth settings and everything over here. So, you know, you can play music with your mates. You know, Travis Scott, Luke Bryan, Avicii. And then over here, we look at info. Is it actually in the 850? You got this extra screen. Except over here it shows you 500 newton meters of torque and 250 kilowatts. So now Mercedes, they're not always accurate. This thing's not always accurate, but it does show you. Let me show you this thing in sports mode. I think that'll be a better thing. So, this back button there. So you see, it does show you where it goes, but it doesn't give you a proper reading. Except if you're on the road, then it would give you a proper reading. Switch the thing back to comfort. I don't know if you can see this, but on the dashboard, so you got your meter stuff. Let me move this thing down a bit. How cool is that? It's such a sick movement. It's so nice and relaxed. So you might be able to see it a little bit better now since the steering wheel is not that much in the way. But if you guys can't, no worries. You guys will see it. I'm gonna do some B-rolls. But what you can see is your speedometer and your rev counter, which is a nice feature. Like, I think every car needs that. That A250 doesn't have that because there you need to buy an extra package and stuff. Granted, I don't think you need to buy the package for this one. I think it comes installed, but you have to buy another package for other stuff. But yeah, pretty much this all get all your normal stat stuff like an A250, except when you go up and down on the using the left D-pad, it doesn't change the whole screen. It just changes your center, which, you know, it's nice. It just makes it easier to see. I thought I just saw something. Full screen. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that. That is actually pretty cool. And now this thing even comes with different styling options. So if I click on home, I go to style and display. So we have sport, which, as we know, is that, you know, cool orange and black with a bit of red in there, showing aggressive. Then we have progressive, which is a bit confusing because your rev counter's over here, but it doesn't show you like full rev counter. Gives us this nice little subtle red, like, yeah, I'm sporty, but I'm still classy. And then the last one is understated, which I don't know what it means. I don't know if I just broke the car. Oh. Does that... What is Mercedes? What is understated? Oh, okay, no, wait, I get it. So it just shows you a clock and your speedometer. Doesn't show you anything else though. And then it goes back. Understated is really it's an understated thing. I don't like it, to be honest. Personally, what I do like for this car, like its styling, is classic. Because I don't know why. The classic just feels more comfortable and everything. Another car is called Comfort, or you got a standard display, which is classic. Mercedes. I think like Mercedes.
How can I help you? What can I do for you?
That's the problem with reviewing cars like this. Whenever you say the car's name, it does it so it's bad. So if I say, oh yes, the Mercedes GLA 450. The Mercedes GLA 450. There we go, now it's on.
What can I do for you?
I will show you this cool trick. Hey Mercedes, I'm feeling cold.
Can you say that again, please?
Hey Mercedes, I am feeling cold.
What do you want to do?
So it doesn't always work. But so I was trying to show you guys last time in the A250, but I think we ran out of time for recording. But I'm gonna try quickly do thing. This is why I love Mercedes. They have a AI system in here, well, kind of like a voice activation system like Siri. So while you're driving on the road and everything, and you don't want to touch anything, so you concentrate on the road, it does this like, "Hey Mercedes, hey Mercedes,
What would you like to do?
I'm feeling hot."
I'm setting the temperature to 16 degrees.
So when it does that, it makes the light blue and everything. Granted, the light over here is already blue. But let's say I'm feeling hot. "Hey Mercedes, cold.
How can I help you?
I'm feeling cold."
Temperature is 17 degrees.
I think it just misheard me for temperature. "Hey Mercedes. Hey Mercedes,
How can I help you?
I'm feeling cold."
I'm setting the temperature to 18
And then,
degrees.
I don't know if you noticed that, but like the right light over here, I don't know if it picks up in camera, but the light over here changes. Let's put it back on sync, and then let's put this thing back onto 17, like we found it. I think they both need to be there. Then sync on. Oh, that's weird. So the sync function only works for this side, not for the passenger side, which I mean makes sense, but still. Mercedes goes to do things like, let's say I go over here to the map. "Hey Mercedes,
How can I help you?
look for KFC." See, it goes to the map, and then there we go. Look at that, it finds that.
What do you want to do?
"I'm feeling hungry.
Could you repeat your input, please?
Find me a restaurant."
Please select an entry.
And let's see. Number 1.
What would you like to do now?
So you see, it does that, and then start.
Route guidance is starting.
And then there you go. It does it. That is so useful. Like, let's say you're driving.
Highlight
Okay.
route and then immediately turn
Nope.
right.
Mercedes,
How can I help you?
cancel trip.
Route guidance cancelled.
Look at that. That is just easy to operate everything. But now let's talk about, is this car worth it? I'm going to do it from in the car because I feel it would be nice to do with the map up. So is this car worth its price? The 1.6. Sometimes I think these things sometimes go for 1.8, depending if you get the premium plus package. I think if you have the money and you want a nice family car or just like a go around car, I would recommend it. It's a really nice, car just to drive around with. Personally, I do like it. It feels comfortable. I did drive around a little bit before for the person who owns it. It felt really nice, comfortable. I enjoyed it a lot. Well, guys, that's it. Oh, and before I go, so next weekend, on the 27th and 26th, we're having EPF is having a water hackathon. Now, if you want to look for more information, please go to our website, www.epftechhub or EPF, or just go into Google and search Empire Partner Foundation. Click on the first link, and then you go right there, go away to hackathons, and then you can check all the hackathons. Grand prize is 30,000 Rand in shared cash. So first team I think gets 8,000 and then so forth. But come join. You could do it for the money or you could do it for the learning experience. A lot of people that come for these things, they do it for the learning experience and for growing the network. But yeah, guys, later in the week, I'm going to be doing a little quick interview with the manager of EPF to talk more about the water hackathon. I mean, I guess I could. I'm not going to drive it. Check dip to beam setting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to park it in and show you how easy it is to park. So another great thing about Mercedes, their parking systems. So like, look, I can only check for the front 180, only have that for the front, or have all of this, which I don't really like. It's a bit confusing. Like, why is the car upside down? We got just a reverse camera. We got reverse camera with the thing. We got that, which I don't. Oh, that's for the tow bar. Also, it could park by itself. So Put this thing back into reverse so we can get. I need to restart the car. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try park this thing in the garage. Now, I will say it is a bit difficult to see above the bonnet because it is so long. But let's all hope for the best. Oh, this is where that four-wheel drive really comes in, like the nice and steadiness and stuff. Okay. Now, I'm gonna have to park this thing properly because this is a two-car garage and there's another person that parks here. Now, you see the camera is very useful because now I can see how far I am away from the walls. Whoop, 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 whoop. Haha, I caught you guys there. Yeah, this is why I really need someone to help me with the recording in the cars. Because you guys almost flew. Now, if you're hearing a lot of like squeaking, it sounds like a tugboat. That's normal. This car is being driven for a little bit, so it's just a lot of dust by the axles and stuff. A quick wash should do it. I do need to open my window to check. Now, yes, you're saying, oh, but Emil, you have cameras. Use the cameras. Well, I do have cameras, but you gotta remember, you also gotta use your eyes and everything to make sure you know what you're doing. Like this, see? No, I didn't even say your name. So the way you get inside, you just go up to reverse, go down to drive, and then you're there. Now, I'm not gonna park so close to the wall because I might not be able to get out. I think this should be good. And now we slowly, approach in. Ooh, I do want to be a little bit close because the other person has a car, which he might allow me to review. I just need to speak to him more about it. But that one, oh, I am going to enjoy to the max. Because that one has a V8 bi-turbo. Oh, okay. Now, yes, I know I have cameras, but I still got to be very, very careful when parking this thing. And I think we are clear. Look at that, guys. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually such a fun thing to do. But it shows you how advanced cars have become now. Like, back in the day when there was no cameras, you had to, keep on looking around and everything, checking your blind spots when parking. Now it's just like, whatever. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow and helps grow a community as well. Doors is not the channel's not going to become a car review channel. It's still going to stick true to its roots with reviewing tech, interviews, and all that. But there's a little special thing I like to do. I love this part of my job. Really, get to just drive around, test drive cars, and hopefully, I could test drive other cars. What if one day you see on the YouTube channel a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or Ford F-150? Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. Don't forget to like and share the video and to hit us with a subscribe. It's free. It doesn't take more than a second really just to go like boop, and then that's it. Anyway guys, hope you guys enjoyed.